Z93 Jams, the Breakfast Club morning show, and yes, it is time for back to school.
And actually, the moment that lots of parents have been waiting for.
I know, that's right.
It's so weird. So, we would have to have a very special guest to help get this new school year, 2011, 2012. Oh, it sounds so odd. 2012 school year off to a good start. Dr. Nancy McGinley is with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Now, as we get ready for the new school year, plans for the year.
Well, we have 12 new principals.
Mm-hmm. Yay.
Great people we've hired. Most of them came from Charleston County in one capacity or another. A couple came from other places. But I'm excited. Really great people. Really excited about their new, putting their stamp on the new schools.
And overall, what have you charged them with this school year? What's the one big, I know there's several goals, but what's the one main goal that you like to see them all collectively get accomplished this year?
Well, close the achievement gap.
Yes.
We have been making enormous progress over the past 4 or 5 years on elevating achievement overall. We've improved the high school graduation rate. Now we need to narrow the gap between groups. And when I say between groups, I mean between ethnic groups. I mean between poor and more affluent students, and that's what we're focusing on across the county. Giving
everyone a fair shot at a great education.
And we're opening up more early childhood seats, so we're excited about that.
Great, because you got the best way is to lay that foundation and get them while they're young.
Absolutely, and have everybody come to kindergarten ready to learn. When we have early childhood programs, then kids hit the ground running.
Right, exactly. All on the same page.
Now, here's a as we get into like Tessa said, 2011, 2012, technology is something that is really, really big. And what do you think about having like iPads and everything in every classroom?
Yeah, we've read about that.
Well, we're piloting that. In fact, 2 of our schools, Drayton Hall and Angel Oak, will be working on an iPad pilot. In fact, Drayton Hall last year had iPads in the kindergarten and the first grade class, and I went and observed, and those children,
they know more about it than anybody.
Oh my gosh, I was taking notes from the first graders. I'm telling you.
Now, what does this do? I slide that in. Okay. Yeah.
How did you get that app on there? I don't understand that. So will that be something that eventually maybe go all across all the schools?
It's too early to say, but we'll be also doing a pilot in a couple of our high schools. We are very interested in seeing not how this works as a gimmick or as a motivational tool. We know it'll be motivational.
Yeah.
But does it improve academic achievement?
Gotcha.
And based on what I saw last year with the apps that the first graders and the kindergarten students were using, it's amazing. Writing apps, research papers that little elementary children are putting together, research papers on the iPad. And I'm telling you, it's a new way of learning, and we're going to embrace every way we can.
Yeah, because more and more, they're growing up in a technology age, so they don't know anything really other than that. And some kids just they don't like books so much to, you know what I'm saying? So you can read on an iPad, and you can, get the creative thought process going and using that. So we're looking forward to seeing the results of that. We're
talking with Dr. Nancy McGinley, and, we are starting school today in Charleston and Berkeley County.
Yeah.
And Dr. McGinley, let's talk money. As far as we hear a lot of times about budget shortfalls and everything like that. How is the budget as we go into the new school year, or is that something that's still kind of like, ooh?
Yeah, have we managed to maintain more teachers versus?
Well, we've maintained teachers. However, we had to cut $28 million out of our budget to have a balanced budget. So schools may see some impact. Our principals had to make hard decisions. They may have had to cut a secretary or cut back on bookkeepers or clerks or even people who work in our computer labs or do tutoring. And I'm a little worried about that because part of the progress we've made has come from classroom assistants and tutors who actually work with individual or small groups of students who need extra help. And not all of our schools will be able to afford that next year. So I'm very sorry that our state did not take the federal bailout money that every other state took. And
like, hello. Right. I know. Gotcha.
Yes. It's like Bueller.
I know.
But it would have really helped out.
It would have helped.
Now, what about people who might want to volunteer in those areas? Is that a possibility if someone just wants to volunteer their time to help if they have that expertise?
Absolutely. We have some really good volunteer programs. One's called Book Buddies. And Book Buddies are volunteers who come on a regular basis. The certified teacher gives them the material. They don't have to make up what they do with children. And they come in every week. They work with the same child or maybe two children, but working very strategically on our main focus, and that is literacy. Reading, writing, speaking, and listening, building that foundation. And there are always there's always a need for volunteers. So if they want to volunteer, they can go to our website and find out how to sign up.
Great.